I got the basic one. I don't bother with it.
All right, we're back. Forsaken Kingdom. We have Tildor Greenheart, Narcissus, Eldar Torin, and we are back. It's been a month since our last adventure. Things have been busy, summertime, all that good stuff, but we are back for another round of ridiculousness. And we're going to start with. Oh, wait, no, that's too fast. That's too fast for this particular scene. Here we go. It is you were waiting for nightfall to venture back out into the town to look for Tildor and Eldar. The night has fallen. The activity of the town has not necessarily decreased. It's just shifted to the creatures of the night, in that people are going out to enjoy in some spirits, some fornication, gambling, the basics of an up and coming rising urban environment, sprawling urban environment that is this town. Of course, I can't remember the name of the town, but the town of Cortana. Yes, there it is. Trading hub of the North. Now, you made your way back to Aldor's traveling apothecary. Knickknacks and goods. Tildor, Eldar, and Aldor they had set up a cook fire, and they were cooking some stew over a fire, had some coffee ready as you approach Narcissus. You guys notice it. He doesn't necessarily sneak in, so there's no need for rolling or surprise, but that is where we are. Master Narcissus, Master Aldor finally spots you. He's the oldest of the group, and he says, "Oh, young Master Narcissus." And he stands up. He's like, "What? Were you robbed?"
Like, no. Well, there's a situation.
You two finally well, Tildor notices it first because you've traveled with him for quite a while. He's wearing simple robes. So he's either... So it looks like he was robbed because he's never not in a fashionable outfit of significant value.
I look like a bum.
I was trying to become very civil about this.
No, I look like a bum, and I hate it. And you can see it on my face that I am very displeased. And when I see Tildor, I seethe because it's his fault.
My fault? How is it my fault?
So then I explain to you how you're stumbling, tripping, and falling with your language and wording got us into this situation.
So, Narcissus, where's all your stuff?
Oh, my stuff is put away safely. I got us a safe house. We can stay at the rectory of the church. We need to find out. I need to find out how to subdue or cure lycanthropy. And I have to be able to, and I need to learn a way to figure out the difference between the curse and the natural occurrence.
So it's like, oh, and Aldor cuts in. He's like, on that front, he's like, I do know of an apothecarist. His name is Essex Claven. He calls it Claven's Curables. He has a small shop on the other side of town. He may have some information that would be useful. He's more of the ointments and liniments type, but I've seen him whip up some pretty strong and potent herbal remedies. Some would say more than what he's portraying. In other words, he's downplaying his actual acumen. So he may be able to help.
Is he?
Wait, what am I saying? You looked famished. Please sit, eat. He grabs a wooden bowl and starts scooping the stew into it.
Louis, what's the name again?
Who?
Name of the...
What he said? His name is Essex Claven. Is this music too loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a little loud. Just tone it down a level.
Okay.
That's it. I know I'm spelling that wrong.
ESSEX.
ESF. Yeah, I spelled it ESCICS.
Now you went way you went way left on that.
ESSEX?
Yeah, Essex.
Essex.
I have it right.
Oh.
And this apothecary, he is of merit.
I believe so. I think that I think he's more than what he appears. But he's old and retired, so if he is in fact more than he appears, maybe he just doesn't want to draw too much attention. So, given the circumstances, I would imagine that we don't either, or at least you young folk.
What what kind of gift would he appreciate?
Well, he is fond of sweet cakes. He does have a sweet tooth. It's like there's a sweet shop in town, but they're very expensive. That and a small donation to his coffers might sweeten it further.
The sweet shop, is it open now?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Well, it's late, so I don't imagine. I don't assume that a shop that sells sweets would be open late.
You're probably right. There's more riffraff in town at this hour anyway.
But have you guys found out anything? I thank you very much for that information.
No,
Really
of course.
appreciate it. Have you guys learned anything else? I know that I explained to Tudor, like I said, you tripping over your words made you look suspect, and he reported you to the magistrate. That's the reason why the guards are out looking for us now. They came to the church when I was there. I had to hide.
I swear to God, I'm gonna stop this game if you don't start focusing.
I said, okay, and I heard him. Jesus Christ, what else you want me to say?
Look in the camera. Put the fucking controller down.
Yeah, bro. Nah, the truth. You gotta, if you're gonna play, because we're all there. It's not like you're not there.
So I told him, okay, and I said that my fault. I was just trying to explain something, but other than what the White's friend,
Eldar. Use name,
Eldar's-
character name.
in other words, what Eldar told you is all we know. We don't know anything else.
Oh, I explained to the priest about our adversary.
You did. And what did he say?
Well, that's when he started helping me. When I explained to him in detail the situation.
Oh.
I pointed out the colors of our foe, and when the guards showed up with one of them in their numbers, as always and as usual, the disrespect sowed it. So
then it was
Now
it was fortunate that you were there to get the story a little bit more straight.
yeah, the objective was twofold, but apparently the the priest there isn't capable of the miracles I'm looking for. So
Well, I mean, if it's a curse, is that something that a priest can lift?
depending on the priest and the level of power, a priest or a wizard, mostly priesthoods in general are strong with breaking curses. So it could have, but that wasn't the miracle I was looking for.
What were
I was
you
trying-
looking for?
I was trying to resurrect my one of my two companions.
Oh, bringing someone back from the dead. That must be. That must take someone of great power.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge trying to find someone that can do it. I'll have to go to a larger town with a stronger faith. Right now, the situation that stands is trying to endear ourselves to the Lord
It's like, well,
and outstar our foe.
it's like, well, well, the Church of
I don't hear you,
Avandra
bud.
is it's quite popular in this region, so I don't think that you would find a faith with a larger congregation than you would.
You had broken up just a little bit in the beginning.
He says the Church of Avandra is very popular in this region, so I don't know that you would find any with a larger congregation, with a larger flock. Maybe this priest was still unsure of whether or not he should help you.
Maybe. Well, time will tell.
Yeah,
This is one of the. I have to admit, it's odd. This is one of the few times where I'm not out for myself, and
so plus he's a tiefling, so their kind is a little,
like, no, I don't know.
I've
dealt with tiefling. I've dealt with tieflings before.
Second, and unfortunately, my master Narcissus, so have I, and they live up to their reputation. The ones that I've dealt with, I don't know of the ones you've encountered, which is why I try to limit my business with them.
Lord Aldor,
Hmm.
do you think he maybe have set Lord Narcissus up?
I don't know that I don't know that that's necessarily the case, but best to tread carefully.
So I'm gonna look at the clothes that he gave Narcissus.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Are you looking for a
do I see-
GPS?
do I see anything on it? Like anything weird on it at all?
No, it just looks like plain burlap fabric.
Does he have a jacket or something like that? Did he give him a jacket or anything?
No,
They're clean, itchy clothes
yeah,
that make-
exactly.
that make my skin crawl just because of the level, just because of the grade of.
Well, I
of
mean,
fabric.
in his snooty case, that's the extra part.
He's
But
like,
ew.
Berla. Berla.
It's like, is this wool?
Basically.
Look, these polyester pants, they bother me.
It's like, are those bell bottoms?
So
So,
sit down
what's the plan? Are we to head back in? Are we to see Essex?
Yeah, I think that would be the best way to go.
His
if we're able to see him,
I
in
don't
the-
know. He's very flighty in who he deals with, especially when it comes to matters such of great import such as this. Never been able to get a good bead on him. He's an affable fellow, but he tends to stick to the more remedial remedies when it comes to dealing with the peasantry. But I know he's like I've seen him apply himself to more complex issues. He even cured the town well when it was poisoned by a fiend. And by fiend, I don't mean your fiend. I mean like a rotting corpse.
I think I should go visit that sweet shop we were talking about.
Okay. It's like, well, I say, well, please finish your meal, and then we'll pack up the tent. We'll pack up and secure this cart and head back into town. I think it'd be best if you weren't seen walking around just yet.
I agree. It's too soon. So I ate my food.
Mhm.
Keep picking at my clothes as I'm eating my food.
Ew.
He's like, goddamn, this polyester is hot.
It's like,
No, but I mean, it's not dirty. It's clean. I cleaned it, and it was already. He gave me clean clothes. It's just that it's just not my style.
it's like,
It's irksome.
ugh.
I feel deflated wearing these clothes.
His morale is down.
He's like, this polyester is real hot.
Speaking of which, looking at so yeah, I look at Eldar. Like, you happen to know a person who can restore this bow? And I show him the splintered bow.
There's a Thatcher that might be able to help.
I'll ask, Lord Narcissus, Sir Narcissus, would you want me to talk to him and see how much it would cost?
Yes, please. I would greatly wish to restore this bow to its original, or close to its original state.
So I'll take it over there, Lou.
Okay.
Now, this person that I'm going to, does he provide other services?
Huh?
The person that I'm going to, that I'll.
He's a Thatcher, so he makes nets. He makes ropes, nets.
Cloaks?
No.
At the same time, I'm going to stop by a place that makes cloaks.
Okay. It's approximately 10 at 10 o'clock at night, so 2 hours to the midnight hour. The moon is waning, so it's in the beginning phases. Oh no, is that waxing?
I'll have to double check. I forget.
I mean,
I
look
get
at
those
it.
confused also.
Phases of the moon.
Waning, I think, is closing.
I believe you are correct.
Shameful if I can't remember that. I just freaking did it.
No, waning is the beginning. It's the crescent moon. They have a new moon, waning third, waning gibbous, full waxing first quarter, waxing crescent.
That's what Lovecraft
It's like
uses a lot.
18,000 phases of the moon. What the shit? It's just a
Yeah,
rock.
No, it's 1, 2, 3. It's only 9, 8.
I know I was being facetious.
You heard, Lou? That's what Lovecraft uses, the gibbous.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how we don't know that. We used to play werewolf.
It's been a while. I used to like
Yeah,
It's been a
it's-
while.
It's been.
that game was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's been a while.
Now, you obviously you can't speak for Tildor or Eldar. So what are you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna get into the car and go with him.
Okay. And Eldar, I'm assuming, Aldor's going, you're going.
He was gonna go to the Fletcher for me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I'm walking.
Yeah, he has other reason to hide. The rest of us do. You know, I'm beginning to regret the form I took. Because even in stay form, I'm fancy as fuck.
Oh, so yeah, it's not a. I said it wrong. It is a Fletcher.
You said a Thatcher, right?
I said a Thatcher. That's the person that does roofs. It's a
Yeah.
It's a Fletcher. Okay. It's a person that makes arrows, so it stands to reason he would be able to help you with the bow. Either that or a carpenter.
I thought bower was a thing.
Is it?
I thought so.
You're probably right.
Bower. A pleasant, shady. Nope, that's not it.
Nope.
That's an area.
Anyway, okay.
You keep fading out into the sound.
Yes, it sounded like a cable loose.
Oh, what?
You might be having a loose cable or something because like you start talking and then it doesn't work and then it comes on.
No, because I pull away from the mic. I'm not sure. Hold on.
But you got a dynamic?
No, I have a condenser. A bowyer is a person that makes bows. All right, so that's what you need to see, not a Fletcher or a Thatcher, a bowyer. Ugh,
There it is. Yeah, you're
a
right.
stupid fucking name, but it is what it
Bowyer.
is. A bowyer. Okay. All right. So what I will do, I will go with Eldar first. Coming as you're making your way into town. There are still wagons coming in and out. It's not as busy as it was during the daytime. However, there is a heightened militia presence. There are more guardsmen at the entrance, at the road. There's no official entrance, but there's the main road coming into town, and there are a few more of the yellow tabards signifying the enemy that Narcissus and Tildor had indicated to you. They're
Okay.
mixed in amongst the soldiers. You get to the bowyer, and he's just putting away a lot of his wares, testing some stuff. He doesn't have his most of his bows that are on the wall. He had covered with tarps, but you can see him and his apprentice. They're working on some last minute things. His youngest, he has two apprentices. One that looks like he's in his early 20s, and then a young man and a young boy in his early teens. He's the one that's wrapping everything up, and he sees you. He's like, "I'm sorry, sir, but we're closed."
Good evening, my lord. I'm sorry to bother you.
So he
I
looks at you,
understand.
and then he turns around. He's like,
So I have a request. I understand that you're closing. It will only take a couple of minutes.
Master. So the man comes out. He seems a little annoyed. He's like, "What is it, boy? We're closed." I'm sorry, my lord. But come back in the morning. We're very busy right now.
Sir,
Fuck
only-
off! No, I'm just kidding. It's,
Fireball. All right. So, sir, it will only take 2 minutes of your time.
very well. What can we do for you?
I apologize. A friend of mine he has an item that it's been damaged, and he requests the services that you provide. And I unwrapped the bow.
So I say, "Oh." He grabs it and he brings it towards the sconce that he has hanging up, and he's looking at it and turning it over in his hands. And from his he has one of those leather aprons with a pocket in the front, and his tools on the belt. He pulls out a what looks like a monocle and puts it on. He's like, "Oh, well, this is a fine piece. It's a shame it's damaged. It's got, yeah, I would imagine." He's like, I imagine you're looking for repairs."
Yes, sir.
I might be able to do something with this, but it won't shoot. It won't fly as far as it did. You sure it couldn't interest you in one of in something as equal. It may not be of equal craftsmanship, but it'll definitely fly, Father.
My friend is attached to this particular bow. So even if it doesn't fly, Father, he would just like it to get
turning
repaired.
it over. He's like a family heirloom.
Yes, sir.
I think you're lying. Kill him.
I'm like, go to sleep.
I believe you're lying, sir.
I got a couple of teeth on them.
I believe you're lying. You son of a
Stop
bitch.
it. Just stop. Believe me already.
Here we go. Please believe me.
I was driving that truck. I know I was.
Please believe.
I want to live.
My constitutional rights. Here's what I'm looking for. There we go.
Didn't hear you.
Oh yeah, we didn't hear anything you just said.
No, I was talking to myself.
Oh. Then I guess it's a good thing we didn't hear.
That's right. No, that's not what I want.
It's that game.
That little shit.
No. Sorry about that. Just looking for something here. There we go. Okay. What? He just disappeared. Oh, there he is. He's fixing his die roller one to roll that fancy one.
What happened?
He has the background up, but I can see his dice tray
Oh.
that failed him miserably. I'm just looking for some town ambient music or sound. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sounds
can hear it through the gloomy stuff. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So he says, well, tell you what, caught me in a good mood. We're doing pretty well right now. I'll do it for 3.
I give him 4.
It's like, give me a day. I'll see what I can do with this. Like I said, it won't fly. It's like it won't fly as true as it did, but it'll work.
Understandable. Thank you, sir.
Like Bennett. Bennett's my name. Please,
Thank you, Sir Bennett.
Sir Bennett. Oh, I might give you a discount to keep calling me that. You're muted.
No, I'm not.
No, Tildor. Oh, he's not talking to us. He doesn't even have his headphones in. I swear to God, I hate him. Why do I even include this dude? We're getting a new player. I'm replacing him.
That's fine.
He said that's fine.
Louis, what was the name of like his profession again? I'm sorry.
He is a bowyer, a bowyer. Because
right,
of
so
the
I'm-
nature of this town, trapping and hunting, he's doing pretty well for himself. Okay. So from there, where are you heading?
I'm gonna head to the cloak shop.
Most
there-
of the shops you know to be shuttered at this time. What?
Okay.
Because you've been to this town a few times. There's only you took a chance to come here, and he just happened to be closing up, but still working. So closing to the general public for browsing and everything, but he's still working on projects that he has that were already prepaid. For the most part, you can get lucky here and there. So, but at this point, the things that are open are the saloons, brothels,
Okay.
places,
I'll wait-
dens
I'll
of
wait-
iniquity.
All right, I'll wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the long way back because I'm gonna go and walk by like where that spa was that he went, the bathhouse. I'm gonna walk by that area, just taking the long way back because I want to see exactly how the guards and that other group are positioned through the town.
Okay. So to do reconnaissance.
Yes.
Yeah. By your memory, the militia is not very usually active, especially at night. They tend to let the locals, get the stress out, and only really intervene when there are bar brawls, or drunken disorderlies, or things of that nature. But now there seems to be a tension in the air. People are whispering. You walk by people and they're talking about what's going on. Why are there so many of these crushers out? They call the locals the crushers.
So Lou, when I walk by, I don't walk fast. I walk at a leisure so that I could get as much information from just people gossiping around as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I recognize maybe a couple here
Yeah.
and there. And I just nod my head, good evening, and I just keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, and that's the essence of what, and the more people are talking, you do notice more, more squads of 3s and 4s. Not every squad has one of the men in the yellow tabards, but enough of them are peppered in. So where you would normally, if you ever ventured into town, when Aldor was sleeping to blow off some steam yourself, you would see maybe 1 or 2 that were patrolling. Now you're seeing at least a dozen. In varying spots. Some stationary, some are walking up and down streets. A couple of are coming out of alleyways, having conversations, bringing out, some local homeless or vagrants, bringing out and roughing them up, asking them questions. You don't get close enough to hear the questions, but you can hear the pleas from those that are being crushed. And by crushed, I mean like small billy clubs crushed when people are getting out of line. And this is uncharacteristically more brutal than you recall these guys being.
So what I want to do, Lou, is basically I'm gonna pay attention to everything. I do have a semi-high intelligence. I'm gonna try my best to memorize. I really want to write it down in a little, and I have enough. I can always change the writing, but I just don't want to go. I don't want to write nothing down because I don't want to be conspicuous. I just want to, but I'm just gonna memorize as much as I can of everything that's going on, the positions, what they're doing exactly, how many of those other group of guards, of those men are around. How many do I see that are?
What do you mean with the yellow tabards on?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to know basically how many of them are around with the guards.
Okay.
So I have a number.
You know at least a half dozen. Half of the patrols have at least one of those men.
Right. Okay. All right, and just go about my business and then head back to Haldor. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You guys start. You guys make it into town. This is all happening simultaneously, obviously, as he's doing his reconnaissance. And the first thing that Aldor notes is the heightened presence of the guards. He's like, this is strange. He said, "There's never this many out." It's like, what exactly did you say to that priest, Master Tildor?
I explained to him what he said to the priest.
Yeah. No, he knows. I told him. Remember earlier?
No,
We were
but
telling him about-
what he's saying in essence, he's like,
What the fuck
was
did you
there
do?
more to the story? Because looking out, I mean, you guys are like, you have an angle where you're sitting. It's the doorway to his shop, and he has that open. This is allowing you to have a small window to be able to see to his right and his left. So it doesn't matter which side you both are on. You're on the opposite sides, looking
to see the guards,
to
right?
see, yeah, and you can see them as he's strolling in, and he's giving, he's exchanging pleasantries with people that are that recognize him and that he recognizes, just to keep the appearance up, so that it doesn't draw too much attention. He even calls over to a couple of the guards that he knows, just to exchange pleasantries so that they don't get suspicious. So he's just like, what exactly did you say? He's not turning to you, but he is saying it to you.
I told him what happened. And Yeah.
Is that it? Is it this? That doesn't seem to rise to the level of this.
I think it's I think it must have been the liberal use of fiend. I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't expect this kind of a presence either. But then again, I have been in pursuit of this.
and I was just about to say that too.
I've been in pursuit of these guys, and it's gotten.
And we got pretty close this time around. So this time he's trying to prevent that from happening again.
Yeah, if things didn't go south the way they did, I would have gotten him this time.
And some individual decided to try to burn the place down also.
Didn't say that. Never told him about that. That way he can't spread that kind of.
No, I'm telling you guys that. I'm telling you, the players that. So yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. So,
It's like, what? That's not
they're
me.
definitely going to be aware after the fire that was caused on the first floor.
Because he's a fire starter, a great big fire starter.
Hold on, I'm just muting because I'm eating. I don't want you guys either munching.
Okay. So he says, we'll be there in a few moments. Just please keep out of sight. This seems to be more serious than I initially thought. So he's like, hey, pleasant evening to you. Oh no, we're closed. It's just coming in for some provisions. No, come see us in the morning. Yeah. You'll get a discount. After about 10 minutes, Eldar, you can see Aldor's wagon. You hear him before you see him as he's coming down the middle of the avenue. He sees you and gives you a nod.
Keep on walking.
Okay.
I'll lead myself over there
Mhm.
to where I know he's gonna go. But just taking the, I don't, people already know that I'm with him anyway. So
Yeah. All right. Do me a favor and roll your perception. Your passive is what? 13?
Mine's is 13, yes.
yes,
Okay. Yeah. Roll your perception.
All of us or just him?
No, just him.
Okay. Cool.
22.
Damn, son. Enjoy it now, because it's not going to last. Uh,
That's it.
as
I'm burning your eye out.
as this town isn't necessarily all connected, so you know, like in other words, there's not one giant walkway. So you would have to you walk down some steps, walk across a dirt road. There's an alley, and then you can walk up the steps to get to the next row of houses. All right.
Right.
As you're crossing that small patch between the row houses, something catches your eye to the right down that alley. Now, you
No, not-
don't have dark vision.
No.
Okay.
I already know what it is, and you know what, Lewis, you fucked up. So I have an idea what it is, Rick, and you fucked up.
What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway,
I have an
when
idea.
you turn, you can catch a glimpse of what looks like the haunches of a large dog as it passes by on the other side of the alley.
Told you, I knew it was gonna be those damn demons.
So I'm gonna look.
I just saw what you did. I mean, to get to the alley. Remember, these are row houses, right? So there is a house facing the opposite side of the street, and then there's an alley that goes all the way through, and it's pockmarked, so you can walk straight through to the other avenue. But there's that middle space where people like hang their laundry or throw out their garbage, shit like that,
I was walking.
and empty chamber pots, stuff like that.
I have an idea of what's going on.
All right, stop talking because I'm not on you. Now, Eldar, you saw this thing, and it looked like the haunches of a dog, except this would be the biggest dog you've ever seen.
Okay.
And by haunches, I mean the back legs as it passed out of your line of sight from right to left.
So it's on the other side of the house, right?
It's in the middle alley, yeah. So you're looking, it's probably maybe about 40 feet before you make that left turn.
All right. I want to get to the next alley entrance where I can see again.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up,
So
and
it's
I
like
want to
it's like three adjoining houses with shops, one saloon in the center, and then you can see the next spot where the alley goes.
I'm gonna kind of move a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Stop, and I'm gonna look.
Okay.
And I have my hand on my rapier.
Wait, how did you have your hands on your rapier? Because
I had like my rapier is on the side, so I'm holding it like this. Why? What do you thought I was holding?
I have no idea.
It sounds like he's holding his stomach. That's what it's
Trying to figure out how the hell does he hold a sword like that?
I had no idea what the hell you were holding.
He's holding his stomach. He's holding his stomach.
Is he holding a fucking 9mm? What is that?
What? So like my sword is down like that, so I'm
Okay, all right. So you're holding it underhanded. Okay, you're holding the hilt underhanded. Okay. All right. I was like, what is he doing right now?
So I guess that's the best way to cut off his own wrist.
It's like shit.
His hand flies.
Anyway, you standing. Okay, so explain to me how you're standing, because there's steps. Once you get to the end of that row, there's for the porch. That's the word I'm looking for. There's the porch steps going down, dirt road. It's wide enough for a wagon to go through, and then there's another set of steps to the next row set of houses. Say again?
I can go through.
Well, tightly.
Okay.
So no, as a matter of fact, not necessarily a wagon, but maybe two men on horseback side by side. They can fit through that alley.
So I'm gonna be at the edge, kneeling down, not on my knees, but like kneeling down.
Like just taking a one knee.
Yeah, like crouch position. And then I'm
on the porch itself, or did you go down the steps? This is why I'm asking. I'm being particular for a reason.
I'm gonna step into the alley a little bit, lean down, stealth.
Okay.
I I am basically just gonna have my cloak, and I'm just gonna look to see what it is.
Okay, make a stealth roll. Because you said the word, so might as well make the roll.
19.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Now, you wait a couple minutes, and by a couple minutes, I mean 60 seconds. And then you can see this shadow. Now, the alley is even more sparsely lit than the main roads. Only a few houses actually have burning torches or sconces on that side of the houses. Those are essentially the back doors for those places. So they're not necessarily lit, with the exception of lantern lights coming from windows. You get what I'm saying? So it casts weird shadows, and it's mostly dark. When you see this, the front haunches of this thing, as you're kneeled down, it towers over you by about a foot. Now, how tall are your character?
My character's 6'2".
All right, so when you kneel, you're probably what, half that height?
Yeah.
So figure this thing is about 4 feet at its shoulders. As it's slowly stalking through, when it comes into your line of sight, its head was turned to the right. When it turns to the left, there's this burning dark magenta light coming from its eyes.
All right.
Not enough to like light anything, but enough that you can see the
I
difference.
want to use Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
See if I know anything.
Make your roll. The difficulty is going to be high because you don't really have a good look at it.
24.
24. Okay. With that, you're just like, holy shit, this is a demon.
Am I
More
fucking here?
More specifically, it is a dretch.
Okay. So I'm gonna stay perfectly still.
He's like, stay, and the thing just turns and is like, man, just
Well,
charges you.
It's like 35, 40 feet away from me, correct?
Yeah. So
So
I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
and it's still walking. It doesn't stop to regard you. So, let me do this here because I didn't need to. I still do need to do that. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna show you this, and
What did you show me?
it's in the D&D Beyond. You'll see it. I rolled a 20 on its perception check. So it sees you, but it doesn't stop.
Okay.
And it sees you stop. It slows down, and in sort of a canine-like motion, it cocks its head to the side, but keeps walking, and it turns and it walks until it's out of sight.
I'm gonna tell you, I am not giving off any fear, so I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
What
no. It smells your poop.
Okay, no.
It smells
I'm
it smells the poop in your pumpy.
Okay, thank you very much.
So he traded his tampon for a Diva cup.
So Lou, the dress ignore those little pieces of corn that just came out.
As one of my flaw, most people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes on its anatomy. So that is literally my flaw when I rolled up this character.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm big and bad. That's me. I'm more at all like, oh shit, this is the first time I see a demon. That's the
Right.
way.
First encounter with one, and the fact that it didn't attack you, despite what what little you know of it,
When I'm
they're
looking,
more
are
they're
they
more
look?
savage. They're more the set loose, and they wreak havoc and carnage type of beasts. This one doesn't seem to have those attributes, which is contradictory to what you've read.
Right now, when I'm looking at it and it notices me, and it just turns its head like it doesn't even pay attention. Does it look like it's looking for something?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So now that it left, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head towards the wagon.
Okay. You guys get to Essex, his shop. There's a candle in the window, but you don't see any other lights. There's a light in the room above. It's a single room. It's like what do they call them? Those long apartments. What are they called?
Flats.
Those railroad apartments. Is that what they call
Oh.
them? So the house is it's like a narrow, one door, one floor house. It's like really narrow. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of space. It's sandwiched between a seamstress and another a sort of what do you call it? A carpenter's shop. You know, someone who builds chairs and stools and stuff like that. His is the only one with a light in the upper floor. So he says, "Well, at least he's up." And he stops the wagon. I believe he's awake. He may not be open for business, and it's like
I'll be
this
right
is
back.
probably the best time to get him before he hunkers down. He's a heavy sleeper, from what I remember. So he gets off the wagon and walking
Looking
up.
around, is it clear?
From what you
There
can
is?
see, yeah, there's a small window, it's slightly dingy, but you can see enough through it with the lamp lights here and there, and sort of the people milling about and walking in different directions, and other carts coming in. There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. You can make an active perception check, though.
Let me do that. I have an 18.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything, nothing is raising is making the hairs on your arm stand up.
His skills.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Oh, I'm
so-
sorry. That's right. The scales. Nothing's making the rattle shake.
All right, so I climb out of the wagon.
You can make an active perception check too, Tildor, because he's looking at the back. You're out the front.
Perception. Hold on, I just want to see if I have any pluses.
All alone in the moonlight.
Pluses. Hold on, just want to fix the screen. Going about the white dice. The white
Ah, here we go.
dice.
Here we go.
19.
I thought that was a 1, son.
See it? You see it before I even touch it. You see it?
Ah, that looked like a 1. I think I'm gonna go with the 1.
Okay, 19.
That angle was weird. If you would have rolled a 1, that would have been it. I would have told you to just turn that camera off. All right.
So while
About-
he's looking out, while
about-
he's coming out, I'm covering him just to make sure
Yeah.
nobody
At the
sees
end
him
of
when he's
that,
coming out.
at about say about 60 feet away, there's a patrol that is congregating at the end of that avenue.
So I whisper to him, "Hey, patrol," and I give him the directions of the patrol.
Okay, and you see him, and one of Garrett's men he's intermingled in there.
Hmm.
They're all chatting and handing each other. A couple of us are smoking pipes. One is holding a mug. They're standing. They're positioned outside of a saloon, so they could easily be just drinking and sloughing off, but their position is known to you now.
All right.
He goes to the door, knocks, a couple of times. Finally, you can hear a man screaming behind the door. They're exchanging their sort of pseudo pleasantries, and he opens and they talk a little bit more. Aldor turns to the wagon, and Essex. He looks like he's around 60, 65, short, could possibly be a tall dwarf, given his features, but he doesn't have a long beard. He's balding. Yeah, he has a bulbous nose, which could either be of dwarvish ancestry or from heavy drinking. And he's wearing one of those long nightgowns with he has a candle in his hand. Finally, he looks over. He spots you guys because you're at the front of the. He doesn't spot you, but he's looking, and then he's gives him a nod, says something, and Aldor and closes the door. Aldor says, "Best go out the back." He climbs back into the cab of the driver's seat of the wagon, and nods to the soldiers. He says, "Best get out the back. He'll be waiting you in the side entrance."
All right. So I do that. I go out the back and go to the side.
Okay. All right.
I follow.
You get to the side door. If you'd like, you can make a stealth check.
You're just trying to catch us with something.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got an 11. There you go. Now you can catch us.
So now you can catch us.
10.
All right. 10 and 11. Okay.
That's creepy how he keeps rolling behind me like that.
That is weird. But he's actually rolling.
I know.
You do your best to sneak to that side entrance, and you can see the candlelight as he's lifting the shade. He sees you and opens the latch, comes in, come quickly.
I go in.
And he closes the door, hits a couple of latches, pull the shade down. It's like Master Aldor never usually visits me at this time of night, so he must be serious. Please come in.
So I come in. I thank him. Thank you for seeing us.
Yes. It's not often I get a couple of hardy adventurers to come visit. As he's walking into the shop, vials, critters in like formaldehyde type liquids, they litter this shop. You can see he has potions that you won't need to make a roll because you immediately can spot the fakes. And one of them is like, I'm taking this from a Seth MacFarlane movie. It's like it has pieces of shirt in it, so it's just like it's just the weird ingredients that he's able to spin.
Did you guys hear that? Did he just break in and out?
I heard him.
I don't know. He broke in and out. It could be because the cat's running down there. Okay, go ahead.
It could be because you cast a spell and it cancels out the sound you listening to.
It's either that or the dueling a bachata and merengue that's on his block, because I know that's I've been there. It's Fort Apache down there. But anyway, so he turns to you, Tildor. He's like, "My word, are you?" It's like you're. Are you celestial blessed? I've only read of your kind. He's almost reaches for your face, like he's shorter. How tall is your character?
Wait a second.
Tildor.
Hold on, because I'm having a problem.
Always Tildor.
Why is it doing
You know
this?
what? You're indoors, so there's no need for the town sounds. So let's get rid of that.
I know this is so weird. Like every time you talk, like it go.
What, just pops in and out?
Yeah, just like now, like right now, it popped and I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
It could be because I don't have the pop filter on this mic.
Yeah,
What?
see, it just
Oh no,
popped.
I can hear you just fine.
You hear me
No, I don't
just
know. I
fine?
don't know. See, like right now, it just popped again. Every time you talk, it goes.
Unplug your headphones and plug them back in then.
Today just seems to be one of those nights.
Yeah, apparently. You guys can, you two others can hear me just fine, right?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
been hearing you just fine for a little bit.
Oh, I know what's going on.
You suck.
I know what's going on because these are noise canceling headphones. The battery's dying.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see
Okay.
if it go now. Talk now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Good.
that the noise canceling is dying.
Okay.
Okay, so I extend my hand and I tell him yes. And my name is Theodore Greenheart,
It's like amazing.
and I am service to Melina, the mother of Nietzsche.
Of course. Of course. I'm sorry. I just. And then he turns to you, Narcissus, and he's like, and you. You're.
As he's stumbling over his words, I look at him like, I'm not usually dressed like this.
He's not even. That's not even why he's. You're taking. I get what you're doing, which is fun.
That's so funny.
You're
That's
thinking
so
he's talking about
funny.
your clothes, and he's just looking at you.
That's so funny, bro. He says I'm not usually dressed like this.
Oh, I can see why Master Aldor wanted this meeting in secret. Well, please, gentlemen, come in. And he starts lighting some candles here and there.
That was so funny.
What can I do for you?
So I'm in a situation.
We get it. You're
I-
homeless. You're a homeless snake. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So stupid. He's like,
I'm looking for remedy for lycanthropy.
He's what? Are you serious?
Yes.
But it's.
I'll be like, sir, we wouldn't be here at this time of night if we weren't serious.
It's like, are either of you infected?
No, it is for a third party that I'm trying to assist.
Oh, well, by all accounts, lycanthropy. He goes behind his counter, and there's some tomes there that he has. Reaches, but he ignores those and goes onto the counter and pulls out a larger, older, dustier tome and lays it on the counter. And he's just like, by all accounts, lycanthropy is a curse more so than a disease. All pretext of bumbling old man is gone now. He opens it up and puts his candle closer to it. He's like, yes, it's an ancient curse passed down by powerful sorcerer, by powerful magic. I've never heard of it being cured through medical means or even through potion magic. Herbs can probably keep it at bay, but not for long. It's like, when it's like, how come you to believe that it can be cured this way? Is there something new that isn't in the literal book?
Spending time in my lands, I've in the profession in which I kept with my people, certain informations would come through, nothing that maybe could have been truthful or not. I've always been under the assumption that there was different forms of lycanthropy. Those that were passed by those who were infected, those that were born with it, and then those that were cursed with it. I can't tell one from the other, and I'm just hoping that this is one that that's, to be honest, I'm hoping this is either a curse or one that one was born with. I never really
It's like if,
gambled on it being a long curse.
were you able to examine the infected to determine if they were bitten? Right? There is also the bite of a
There's-
lycanthrope.
From what I understand, the subject was born with it.
Oh, well, that's terrible indeed. I know of no such cure for one that is born with this affliction. It's almost as if the curse changes, changes the nature of the child, so that it's no longer a curse. It is part of their being. It is who they are. It's as if you're born a different breed or species. You're no longer whatever you were, human, elf, dwarf. You are that. And lycanthrope.
So
I'm afraid if this person that you're trying to help is born with it, it seems that it is a strong possibility that it is incurable.
I just need to determine. I just have to find a way to determine the difference between a true lycanthrope and a cursed.
Unfortunately, without examining a true lycanthrope, we would only be reserved to what's been written. And you seem the scholarly type. There's more fiction than fact when it comes to that particular affliction.
Mm.
Is
So do
the infected near? Are they alive? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it a child?
How old does she look? I mean, dude, I already called around her. So how does she feel? How old does she feel to me?
She
Should be able to tell by touch.
right. She didn't have the timbre of an older woman, but didn't seem unsure of herself like a child. That's the best descriptor I can give you, considering the amount of time that you spent.
So I tell us I believe the subject may be young adult.
And no one's. Is she in another land? And I've not heard of a person with this affliction in quite some time.
All right, so I'm just trying to, in my head, I'm trying to figure out how much to tell him because I don't want him to get in trouble.
I get what you're doing. I'm just trying to make you trip up. Sorry, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
And I'm staying quiet because once I open up my mouth, forget about
It's
it.
like,
Yo,
here's
but
the whole story.
Insert boot here. Yeah.
So I'm staying quiet. I'll let him do all the talking.
He said, vomit out.
I'm just combing my blonde hair.
Ah, here we go.
So I can't tell him that the afflicted is a bear.
Excuse
That's
me?
subspecies. The subspecies is a bear. I know that for a fact. So it would be a werebear.
bear.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is an evening of wonderment. I have a Yanti and an Asimar in my shop talking about lycanthropy from a bear. I've only read of wolves. Just werewolves, not bears. That's amazing.
Well, I've seen.
I mean, relatively speaking, it's amazing here. I would imagine it's quite terrifying in person.
Yeah. It's yeah. It was.
So you've encountered it.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to find a way to help the person.
No, I mean you encountered it in after it's transformed.
I kind of sort of seen it happen. That's why I kind of sort of know it was
Amazing. And you were not bitten or scratched, right?
No, I ran like the proverbial bitch.
It's like, that I understand. It's like,
And I do got another butt cheek. So
I was able to retrieve my departed friend's tampon.
his man pawn. Eldar, you finally come up to the wagon. Aldor's sitting. He's sitting in there. He seems a little fidgety. He turns as he's like sitting there, and he has a tendency to mutter to himself when he's nervous, and you're following his gaze, and you can see the that contingent of guards, and he turns and he sees you. Where have you been? It's like,
Let me ask you a question, Lou.
yes.
Does he understand multiple languages like I do?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, Orc, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay, doesn't he speaks only of those languages? He knows other languages, but the one in common is the Elvish.
And that's like a common language, right? Elvish.
Not necessarily, but it can be learned.
I'm gonna tell him in Elvish. There's more serious problems now.
So, he's like more than that, and he gives you the nod. He's like more than that.
10 times worse.
I have a mind to leave them here. They seem to be bringing more trouble than they're worth. But we've welcomed them into our home, such as it is. What do you mean by more trouble?
Now, I know Aldar's a herbalist. And I know that him and my master grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm with him. My master passed away. So I'm going to explain to him. I'm going to say, he knows what I really am.
Okay.
My master.
You mean Aldor?
Yes.
Okay.
Aldor, no, my master was also a rogue wizard.
Okay.
I 11. He passed away from old age. I live a little bit longer than they do, and he took care of me like an orphan child. But now I'm with Aldor because Aldor used to make poison for me. And that's how I planned it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm gonna explain to him. In Elvish, I'm speaking low, and I'm telling him,
they're like 60 feet away, so for them to hear you from this
doesn't matter. I
distance-
don't know who's around.
Okay, all right. I got you now. You're just being paranoid. I got it.
So I explained to him, I've encountered a demon. And
What?
this wasn't no ordinary demon.
What? What do you mean a demon? A demon? Like
A demon.
from hell?
Yes.
Demons from the abyss.
Well, from the from the he's like from like a demon, like
A dretch.
what? He's just looking around like.
Now,
Is it here? Is it?
Oh, this is what startled me some. These particular demons are savages. They just murder. This one literally looked at me in my face,
It saw you.
saw me, and I was hidden in the shadows.
You're possessed. Guards.
Stick him in his throat. So, saw me, turned around, and left. They were looking for something, or looking for someone.
Or he literally says it at the same time. He's like, or someone turning to the house. It's like it's like your friends are inside.
Now, the problem,
They're not my friends no more.
the problem is now. Did he? This is something because I don't remember exactly. Did he explain about this? He did say he was a summoner, right? Did he tell us? He did tell us, myself, and Aldar about the summoner.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't go into specifics of what they were
Alright.
summoning, but that he is
Right.
a
Yeah,
summoner.
no, I told him when I was in the wagon, everybody was looking at me like if I was crazy.
You told us
That
what?
happened to
Yeah, when I was on the wagon, remember that I explained the whole summoner thing and everything
Okay.
else?
This is too much of a coincidence that they encountered a summoner and a creature that has to be summoned is roaming the town.
And no one's no. He's like no warning bells, no nothing. No, he's like no alarms, no nothing.
This is my thoughts. It's like I believe what they're saying due to the fact that that is a demonic creature, and only a evil type of person would summon that. Now, these gentlemen that we're dealing with,
They seem like good boys. I don't know what can we do that won't get us in trouble with these crushers and this summoner.
I'm gonna say. So Aldar, I think from this point on, we're probably gonna have to.
You're gonna go on your own. Okay, good. Ha! Yeah! No, I'm just-
You're just so foul. We're gonna.
He starts talking a fucking different language too, so he's trying to like this too.
the back of his head and a finger.
And I pull out my staff with both cat heads on it.
He points at the guards. They're in the house. They're in the house. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Ah, you all gonna run new characters.
All right. So, I'm sorry. Before we got into before I started the tangent, what were you saying?
I think at this very moment, I think you should go and do your normal.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Do the normal of what we normally do. I'll stay behind. Wait for them.
You talk funny.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because I don't need you to have to deal with situations as what we have in front of us, or what might be lurking in the shadows.
I understand, my boy, but this may also be an opportunity for us.
Well,
It's like,
they do have a lot of money.
hence the opportunity.
I just don't want it to happen.
Get it.
All right. There's very little these old bones can do in a fight, but I have my ways. I don't like leaving you here. But if you think it's best that I wait, I can go back to our campsite and wait for you there. If I
Now,
don't if I don't see you by morning, I'll come looking.
Now, is the campsite out of town?
Yes.
So we will have to get out, right?
Yes. Now remember, this is not a walled town.
Okay. So I could sneak out like through
So
somewhere.
there's multiple directions that you can go to. There's no roads, and and there's a distinct chance of being seen. But it is night.
Okay. All right.
Not everybody has dark vision. But everybody has baka vision.
All right. So I'm gonna tell him just act like his normal way. Just I'll meet him over there.
Go through the side entrance. Don't make it too conspicuous. I've already knocked, and it's like those four haven't moved from that spot.
Does it look like they're waiting?
I don't know if they're waiting for us or just waiting for someone.
All right. So Luke, I'm gonna let him ride off.
It's like, be careful. He's like, be careful, son. And hip, and he takes off with the wagon.
Luke,
Hmm.
that is the side entrance. So when I go through the side entrance, is it like dark?
Yeah. You can
Once
see.
I hit the darkness,
Mhm.
I wrap my cloak. Okay. I want to kneel down in the darkness and look and see.
What was it that Danny did in Beyond the Supernatural? His ninja stealth, his ninja
run.
ninja crawl.
Yeah, I did a ninja claw. Yeah.
Yo, wait, I gotta just stop it for a minute. He's a psychic doctor. Got no ability. His whole character got no real abilities. This monster is chasing us. There's a bunch of cops shooting at the monster. He goes and says, "I'm gonna do ninja stealth and do the crawl and through the cars and get out of the way."
Not for nothing, but that was one of the funniest things he's done.
Totally leaving.
Just flat leaving your ass.
Not only that,
But listen,
shut up. He left all the cops getting murked. I mean, they were getting murked. Me by myself had to stop, fight this creature, and pray that I don't get hit, because I know if I would have got hit one time, I would have probably died, because the creature was off the chain. So I was able to do like some insane. I had one pyrokinetic, because I was a pyrokinesis. I had one pyrokinetic ability that did like some decent damage and made it jump into the Hudson River. But dude, he just dipped. He just left me there. And he was like,
nah, hold on. I gotta defend myself. I was
He
doing.
had to defend himself. He was saving his chihuahua.
No, I was doing the Tremont Ninja for Boston Road.
Ah.
That's what happens. That's what happens, you know. Tremont Ninja from Boston Road. Come on, man.
Didn't we leave it off right after that?
Yeah, it's patent
Yeah,
pending.
yeah.
Patent pending.
Yeah.
He mad at me because of the Tremont Ninja for Boston Road. And mind you, he lived in Boston Road too, so he knows what I'm talking about.
I didn't live on Tremont, so I don't know any Tremont ninjas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here we
I don't
go.
know that either. Tremont?
That was James, the Tremont Ninja from Boston Road.
He's from Memphis.
He's the Minford Midnight.
All you just see is darkness and two bubbly eyes.
All right. Anyway,
He's not like sleep.
That's a thought.
all right.
This is horrible.
Now,
I want to put the cloak over my
Yeah.
head.
so you're gonna roll,
Around.
make a stealth roll.
Hey
This is
guys.
an active stealth roll, so. Nice.
Wow.
He's killing these rolls today.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you spend how much money on those fucking dice and all that other shit. He's not even trusting his own
No.
die rolls.
I got that shit just to look at it.
We
He's-
believe you.
He's got PTSD.
I got extra dice now. Oh, like smoked dice. I was buying it right there in front of him. Oh, I'm gonna get these dice. I just got extra dice. I just like the way they look.
You get to the door. You can hear voices, but there's a shade drawn. You can see a couple, some candle. You know,
Wait a minute. I did
What?
the stealth roll
yeah, to go
I
into the
want-
alley.
to like step into the alley, but I was turning around, looking at those four guards.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Lord, that's a thought.
they
What
still-
are you, come on. What are you doing?
they still haven't.
Oh.
I saw that. That was
You saw that,
hilarious.
right?
Fucking cat ran in front of the camera.
Yeah, then he jumped off my desk.
They haven't moved. They're still talking, smoking, drinking, and
Towards
you know
where we're at?
they're looking in all directions. So at one point, it looks like it almost seemed as though one of the guards was looking directly at you, but it doesn't necessarily indicate that he's looking at you specifically, just in your direction,
Okay.
which happens all the time.
So I'm gonna stealth my ass over there to the door,
hmm
tap on the door.
So you guys are talking. You can hear the tap on the door immediately, putting you two on high alert. And Master Essex is just like, that's odd. I didn't expect another visitor. It could be Aldor. I suppose I should check. He gets his candle holder and he starts walking.
I tell
over to the door.
I tell Tilda to go hide.
He's like, oh yes, best that you two are out of sight.
So long, I'm gonna hide between the curtains with my feet hanging out.
Since you're wearing chainmail, you got chainmail boots.
Yo, that shit reminds me of Scooby Doo.
I go. He said he had a counter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go underneath the counter and I turn into a snake.
He's like, fuck this shit. Not getting me. You
I get
sons
out
of
real
bitches.
close to Steve. You heard? I get real close to Steve and I start rubbing him.
Anyway,
He just like
He's like, go ahead, Luke, go ahead.
all right. The shade goes up and you see him look through the window. He's looking at you. He's like,
I pick up my hood a little bit so you can see my face.
and undoes the latches. He's like, are you alone? He pokes his head out. He's looking to the left and the right. He's like, are you alone?
Yes, sir, Axis. I see.
It's just like, where's Aldor?
I have a little bit of information for our friends. So
Please, come in. Come. Closes you come in, closes the door. It's like, what is it?
interesting.
I peek over the counter.
He's just like, nah. You can see Eldar. He's towering over Essex, and you can see his face. He had to pull down his hood anyway.
The two gentlemen?
And I peek from the other side.
You can see his boots. He's like, gentlemen,
Yes. Sir Narcissus and Tilda.
So I coil up on top of the counter.
so he looks at you. He's like, very well. Follow me, please. So he walks into the parlor. He's like, what the hell? There's a snake coiled up, a serpent coiled up on his counter. He's just like, what the hell? How did that get in here? He's
No, I'm
looking
like,
he reaches over and grabs a broom. He's like, get out of here! Get out! Clap, clap, clap. 35 points of damage. No, no, but seriously, he goes over to grab a broom. And he's like, get out! He's like, it could be poisonous. He's holding, the candle, and it's just like lights flickering, wax spilling everywhere.
No, I'll be like, no, that's Master Narcissus.
It's what?
That's Master Narcissus.
It's like, oh, they can turn into snakes.
That ability is literally from your race, right?
Yeah, it's a feat for my race.
It's like, oh, how fascinating.
So I look at Eldar, and since I've already been having a lot of bad luck with just talking to random people in their heads, I'm gonna talk to Eldar 'cause I did it to him before, and I'm gonna tell him what's wrong.
That's the last thing you need to do. All of a sudden, he starts burning down the house by accident.
There's too much of a commotion outside. Just
He's like, what do you, what?
What? Yeah, we both felt like, what?
No, yeah. Essex is just like, what do you mean?
we're gonna have to leave, and we can't have Sir Essex in any situation.
So I crawl back under the counter and trim back to my regular form and throw my robes on.
And you can hear the popping of him transforming. It's like, oh my!
He's like super excited.
He's like getting closer with the candles. He's like,
So when I do Dad Lewis, I raise my hands and I turn into angel form just to make him shit on himself.
It's like, oh!
Wow.
It's like,
That's so funny.
As
Anyways.
you stand, you get to your full height. He's like, did that hurt? It sounded painful.
No, it didn't.
Interesting. I must
I said-
dissect you.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so I look at it, it's like, Master Essex, could you come up with a potion that could, for a long period of time, control the effects of lycanthropy?
I suppose I could try, but I would need some reagents, and the main one being the blood of the infected.
Ooh.
Oh.
I start sweating.
I mean, he runs down a list, ingredients that you're familiar with, wolfsbane, certain herbs, and he's like, but the primary ingredient or reagent that I would require is the blood of the infected, and not just a drop. I would need at least a pint, maybe two.
I will see if I can acquire some.
So they're nearby. Everything he's just like, so they're nearby.
He wants to go with you now.
I tell him,
It's like,
this
may I see them? Are they tied up? I have so many questions. He's like,
it is.
I don't know what to tell you.
It'd be safer right now to keep that to myself for you.
Seeming, you can see the disappointment in his crawl over his face. It's like, oh, that's very well. If you feel that that's
For the moment.
necessary.
For the moment. If you're
It's like I can get the brew started, but without that reagent, there's really no point to it. It would just be a fancy tea.
how strong would the concoction be?
That would depend on the potency of the blood. It's going into a little bit more detail. He says he goes back to the book. He excuses himself around you as you're putting your robe back on because you are naked. It's just like his snake bits are dangling in the breeze and shit.
I said, wow, you well endowed.
It's like 2 snake heads. Amazing.
I'm a reptile, so there's 3 snake heads.
It's like you're a hydra.
Tiamat.
Anyway,
All right, he goes back to the book and that section that he was reading. He's like, "What I mean by potency, it's like these are the phases of the moon. I'm sure you're familiar. It's like with each phase, the blood becomes more potent. It's like I believe this to be the reason why the phases of the moon affect lycanthropy differently. So at the height of the full moon, the blood is at its fullest potential. that is the best time to harvest it. But at any phase, I could probably make something. But without it, this is all just speculation at best.
All right. I will see what I can do.
It's like, it depends on how burnt his keep is.
I'll see what I can do. I will try to get you the reagent. Are there any funds you require for your materials?
It's like, no. It's, please, this is all in the name of science. it's like if we could come up with a treatment, even a cure for this. This could change the very nature of how we know this disease to be, this affliction, even if it is curse bound.
All right. Thank you. I greatly appreciate your assistance.
No, thank you. You have no idea how dull this place can be with nicks and cuts and love potions and. Looking around his shop, seeing all the stuff that he has there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, does he?
Sir Narcissus, you don't have time.
Does he have spider spinnerets or chitin?
Nothing in your line of sight.
So I offer him one of the spinnerets I collected, and some of the centipede chitin that I harvested.
I said, oh, thank you. I
Still have some of that centipede blood too.
so
Poison, yeah, you do. I wrote it down.
Okay.
I wrote it down that you have.
Thank you. See, that's why you're my best friend.
God forbid you could take a damn note.
I am mentally, and I look back at the episodes.
Anyway,
okay. So I don't particularly need these for the concoction, but I do appreciate them. It's like, where did you acquire these? In your adventures, no less.
yes, in my adventures.
That's fascinating.
We can talk about it more later, but right now I think we should leave.
Of course, if you think that's best. It's like, I would not go out the front door.
No.
He goes back behind the counter with his candle and his nightgown. He goes to the door, looks through the shade. It doesn't seem to be. I think it's clear. Clack, clack, and opens up the door to the sounds of the town as it's bustling.
So I follow Eldar out. Well, I lead Eldar out.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn, he just grabs you and puts you in front.
I lead him out because I think I noticed from last time he can't see in the dark.
He's like, "What's going on? I can't see." You see the lights from the street to your right, because that's as you're coming out. It's to your right where you came from. The alley goes to the next street over, but that one's it's not as well lit. But that one's that one from your distance probably another 60, 70 feet away to your left.
All right. So we're going to keep to the shadows. And I won't start talking to... Well, actually, I will start talking to Eldar in his head. But I'll tell him not to respond until after we hear the door close behind us and the latches start live.
Okay. So it doesn't take but a moment for the door. You hear the squeaky hinges, the latches, and he brings down the shade.
So we get... I want to say we get about 20 feet away and go ahead and ask him, like, so what was it? What's the danger that you
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him in Celestial because I know Tildar can speak it. You speak Celestial? Do you understand what I say?
I don't think Narcissus does speak Celestial.
So I look at him and I'm like, and I respond to him back in Inferno. No, where would I speak that horrible language?
What about Infernal?
That's what I responded to
No,
you
he spoke to you in Infernal.
Okay, so
Unfortunately, Tildor doesn't speak Infernal.
But why would I learn that terrible language?
So, yeah.
Back to common.
In Elvish because it's not so much of a normal, and both you both speak that.
I don't speak Elven.
You don't?
I got Abyssal, Common, Deep Speak, Draconic, and Infernal.
This fucking stupid snake. In common,
Yeah, I got Elven, Common, and then the Elven,
Celestial.
the Celestial. Yeah.
all right. Listen, guys. You guys are being hunted, and it's not by
Excellent.
regular people. I've encountered something that I've never seen before, only learned through books.
So I'm gonna say it looks like a small dog.
Not so small.
No, it's so I'm gonna describe the animal that he's pretty much telling us.
They got demons out there.
Yeah, we know already. We know
Yeah,
them already.
that's
It literally, this thing is supposed to be savage. It just looked at me and then turned around and kept on going.
I'm gonna look at
Not
Narcissus.
with that. It's like it looked at you.
it didn't attack you.
No.
Did it have a
This
aroma?
looked like it had a little bit more intelligence than what would be maybe a normal. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell Narcissus.
But it was looking for, and the only reason why I could put two and two together because you said that the person that you guys are after is a summoner.
Yep, that's his home marker, right?
I'm gonna tell Narcissus. You think it's possible that this guy went in there and took over the whole situation now? Now he's running the whole show up there. Because look at the amount of guards they have. That is possible.
I think that the guardian of the lady is desperate enough, or is at a point of desperation that might be so for now.
Now the question is this: how are we gonna get back in there to get this blood that we need?
We don't have to go back in.
No, I have now that I have this information and a strong possibility of a stronger remedy than what they already possess. I have all the intentions in the world to confront with the guardian directly. It's just now a matter of doing.
I don't think you'll make it.
No, I send them. It's a matter of send.
I have another idea,
Which
but
is-
it's dangerous. We might die. When we were in the forest to retrieve your friend's belongings and their bodies, wasn't the area known? Remember, the ranger also talked about a creature's hunting grounds.
There's the Lord's hunting grounds, and we ran into it looked like a bear and two other smaller bears, and one of them got destroyed by whatever that flying thing was.
Right, that's one thing. When they talking about something else that was in there?
We talking about the dragon?
No. And we don't know what it was that was in there.
No,
That's-
because remember the ranger was talking about a dragon.
right, but we never saw what was literally. We know we heard something flying above us, but we never saw what exactly it was.
Okay, so what you?
But there was word of something else they used to hunt in the forest. Could it?
You'll have to refresh my memory.
Oh, I know what he's trying to say. So basically, what he's trying to say, it's possible that the werebear could have been hunting in the forest. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It could be possible that the werebear could be in the forest.
What time is it, Blue? It's night, you said, right?
It's a little past midnight.
Yeah, but the question is, are we equipped to fight a werebear?
I'm looking up look at this, the moon. What phase is it in?
It's the waning moon, so it's a crescent.
It's crescent.
Yep. The full moon would be within the next. I gotta look at the phase. How
2
long?
days.
Yeah,
I believe it's
so
2 days. I believe it's 2 days, but I could be wrong.
My favorite moon is the gibbous moon.
Considering how much full of wisdom you're not, that's kind of interesting.
Steve, is that supposed to be a joke?
No, it's just an observation.
Because if it was, it's a dry one. Okay, so then let's get out of
You're a
this town.
dumbass.
Now I'm gonna also explain to both of them everything that I seen when I took the long route. Explaining how many guards are around. Every set of guards, they are they have one of those type of men with them. They're now walking through the alleys. And as for that thing, it was basically in an alley.
See, this is the reason why I think that he wouldn't took over.
Yeah, 3 days.
Hmm. So you have 3
Anyway-
days. 3 days until the moon is full.
Yeah, but this is another thing too that we also gotta think. Whatever this person is doing, the more time that we give them, the farther they are exceeding in what they want to do, or the farther they're getting in what they want to do.
Okay, so we both know. Okay, we both know that I'm gonna keep calling it a drought. I swear to God, I know it's a fucking drought. We both know that the drought is going to not actually help, and it's going to just manipulate the situation to its own favor. It needs to be in that key for whatever the fuck reason, and it has to do with this freaking key. So I know he has my girl in there, and I need to get the girl back. So whatever is in that key that it needs, we have to try and deny it from get it to deny it.
Yeah,
And I
but the
think-
question is, with the flop plan that we did, how are we going to get back in that key? We can never get back in there again. Security is going to
but
be
what
super
I'm-
strong.
This is the reason why I'm saying that we should. I need to talk to the Lord. I need to talk to the. I got his name right here. Hold on. Where are my notes? Right here. I need to go speak to Magistrate I got Charavor. I probably spelled that shit wrong. We need to speak to the magistrate. If I remember correctly, yeah, that's I described him, and that's what the priest said. That was the magistrate who was protecting the
Charavor.
Charo.
Is it
Charo.
possible that you could get the priest to call Charavol to come into the
Charavor
church?
is a soldier from Katona.
Right, he's the man. He was the one that was protecting. That's the person I spoke to, that was protecting the lady of the manor.
Is it possible that we could get the priest to talk to them so we could maybe do a parlay?
What I was going to do is write him a flowery letter, and ask the priest to deliver it for me, and express to the priest the importance of the letter being delivered to Charavor in private.
You know, something like that could backfire and have the priest murdered.
The priest is very much respected in this town, and the priest also had nothing but high praise for Charavor. So I think that if we gave him the note to deliver to the magistrate, that it wouldn't be as bad as you believe it could be.
But this is another thing too. How we know that guy's even alive?
Well, last I checked, I don't remember Drow shape changing into humans and shit. So if he's no longer alive, I think there'd be a lot more upset soldiers than they are peasants. It would cause a scene, and we would be seeing less local guard and more garage guard if that was the case.
Okay, I'm down.
Listen, so my assumption of the situation is this, and I'm usually not wrong. There is a man for every patrol that goes with the Lord's guards, because Garrett's men know who we are. They're familiar with our tactics and know how we look like. So I'm assuming that they're being escorted one to four to help them catch us. Otherwise, there's no reason for this guard presence. They know we're here. He knows that I'm not going nowhere because I know the girl is there. And I know he's there. And I swear to God, he felt his soul coming out of his neck. So he's scared. And whatever the fuck they told him, they're holed up in that place and they're determined to find us if we're still in this town. But if they were to do anything to harm the lady or the magistrate, since the magistrate seems to be as high regarded as they are, those guards wouldn't be fighting, wouldn't be looking for us. They'd be fighting them.
Okay, so let's do this. So then we gotta deliver the snow as fast as we can, because the longer they're up there, the worse is for us.
That plus we only got 3 days.
Yeah.
Before we have to go through the whole
if we
cycle.
can, I mean, we could write the note up today, or you could write up the note tonight, give it to him in the morning, and see if he could deliver it in the morning, if he's willing to do that.
Well, once I explain the rest of the situation to him, he may just.
Then this is another thing too. You sure we could trust this guy 100%, that we're not getting ambushed, or because you know our luck. I mean, yeah.
I think now that he understands the situation clearly, I don't feel any deception from him.
Okay, so come on, so let's get it done.
All right, so we make our way back to the rectory because I got the key.
Okay.
Lou, I walk with them to a certain point and I separate. I'll tell them I'll see them when they I'll see them tomorrow. Where you want to meet at tomorrow?
How often do you come to the church?
I don't go to the church.
So why don't you tell me a good place where I can meet you? Because I don't know this place like that. And right now, the only place I feel relatively safe is at the church. Because I don't want to endanger Essex.
I paid 4 gold for the bow.
Huh?
Your bow will be ready in a day. I paid 4 gold for it.
Okay, I hand them back 10.
Thank you.
Let me take that off.
Okay. I need everyone to make a perception roll.
I knew you were going to do that. I got a 15.
16.
Okay.
Right, Danny, roll 17.
Second. Okay, so you know the color I'm going by already. Please do not roll a 1, because that's what he's waiting for. Look at his face. He's waiting for that 1.
17.
15.
You're rolling away from the camera.
Oh, look at
Okay.
15. Thank you.
I gotta set up my die tray later. Well, I gotta clear off my table first.
Damn, we've been rolling. Let me just stay quiet. Forget about it. I didn't say anything. Stay quiet, because next you know, Lewis is gonna set up his splinter cells.
Okay.
Damn, I got 4 levels. I finally got a magic item. And I had to steal it from a dead body.
So everyone rolled above. What did you guys say? 16,
I have a 15.
15.
I have a 15.
16.
You got a 15, but you didn't add your bonuses to it.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
You rolled a 16.
Well, what bonuses do we add to that? That's just perception, right?
No,
It's
it's
wisdom.
wisdom.
Wisdom. Hold on.
You're a paladin. Well, they don't use
He has
wisdom
a
anymore.
plus
Oh,
2 to wisdom. Oh no, you
Yeah.
don't. You do
No,
not
I
have.
don't have. No, I don't have any plus.
you
I
don't
got charisma,
Yeah.
constitution, and strength.
That's not a
I forgot they changed that, which I thought was weird.
not an affinity for perception. Okay.
Oh no, wait a second. Wisdom?
No. It's you don't. Yeah, you don't have a bonus to wisdom.
Yeah, I have a +2. Look at it right here. Wisdom +2.
No. You're looking at medicine. You need
No,
to.
no, I'm looking at my attributes. You see right there, it says wisdom +2. You see right under your attributes, will say strength +2, the
Okay, yeah,
constitution.
that's weird.
So I really rolled a 17 and then
How do you have a +2?
it says it right there. Look at it. I have a +2
It's
wisdom.
it's a proficiency bonus, and wisdom is your proficiency. Okay. So that would be a 17.
A 17.
Okay. As they're talking, as you all are talking, on the other, there's the you're right before the street, right? The street that you came on, and then there's the houses across the street, and then there's an alleyway straight through. You notice that pair of eyes that is just like right at the center where the darkness meets that pale lamplight. You can see him. It's about 100 feet away, and you just happen to turn and see these ruby colored these eyes, and then you're focusing a little bit because of the differing your dark vision isn't complete. Plus, it only extends 60 feet, so you're making out a shadow. And that shadow is a familiar one. Talking to you, Tildor, while Narcissus and Eldar are talking.
Okay, so okay. I thought you were talking to the group.
No, I'm talking to you.
I'm gonna.
He's the only one that sees it?
He's the only one that
rolled
sees
high
it.
enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What's his
hit-
roll?
I'm gonna hit
17.
17.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit Narcissus, elbow him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look towards the direction.
No. He elbows you, you turn. Eldar, that is a clear signal that you're just like, you're looking between the two, and then you turn, and you all see this thing, and immediately it darts to the right.
Yo, let's get out of here.
It's
Let's
coming.
fucking on. No, it darted to the right, and we're darting away from it.
It is coming through the shadows. I know what the creature is doing. If we hide in the shadows,
It darts to the right out of your line of sight. That's essentially what it does.
So how much distance we got from here till we get out of the town?
You're literally in the center of town.
And where's the old man with the carriage?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh. Okay, man. Let's get
It's
let's
like,
start.
you bump him, you look, and then you just all you got to do is poke your head out and just slightly, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, so
So,
I pulled out the dagger. I pulled out the dagger of venom.
Okay.
so now the only good thing about this is I don't think they're just gonna outright attack us because there's gonna be a demon in the middle of town attacking us. So maybe that's the one plus that we have.
No, though you're right. It's not going to attack us directly because if it did, it would have done so already. So it's going to go tell the guards we're here.
So let's get out of here,
Yep.
like fast.
Out.
It would have
Alright.
been nice. We would have had a carriage.
That
the
is a
shadows.
very good descriptor, except I need more.
So we're gonna make
Keep
our
it
way.
to the keep it to the shadows.
Yeah.
I have
and-
Eldar show us the closest way out.
yeah, or the fastest way out.
Okay, so you're closer to the street that you came from. You're still in the alleyway, still in the shadows. Okay, there's not a lot of foot traffic, but there's so you see some carts here and there go by. There's people milling about. Remember that there was a tavern about 60 feet to your right, where the four guardsmen are. And so that's primarily where the activity is clustered. Where you are, not so much. To the left, the street goes straight down, but again, you have oil lamps that light up that main street. Not like street lights, but enough that you can make shapes out and see people without getting too much into their descriptions. To directly behind you is that shadowed alley. There's the candlelight from Essex's room above his shop. There are no other lights from windows in this alley, so it's completely dark. It has, it's trash bins, trash bins and refuse and stuff like that. But there's a clear lane going through to the other street.
So we'll go down that way, I guess. I mean, I look at Eldar, which is the best way away from here? Gotta get away from S's shop.
Off the top of my head,
The church is down the alleyway away from that bar. But it's down and across the 2 streets.
All right, so at this point, I don't want to involve the church yet because we've been seen. So I tell you, like, take us to a spot where we could possibly fight.
I tell you one thing: that creature won't get in the church.
I don't know. There's a tiefling running the church. I mean, I don't have anything against the tiefling or anything, but he still is a demon.
So if you want to get out, I'll give him the best way of not going through the main entrance that I possibly know off the top of my head.
I was just gonna say, just so that we're clear, you're not a townie. You've been here. You've been here, but alleyway hopping and all that stuff—that's not what you've done here.
Okay, so then that's the case.
I don't know.
Down this alley, the way towards the church.
I mean, you have general directions of where things are, for the most part. But as far as like cutting through alleys and all that
No,
other shit,
I got it.
that's not what you've done.
So I'm gonna tell them. I said, look, I'm just like off the top of my hand. The
Bowyer.
The Boyer is right here. Tomorrow he closes. What time he closed at? 10 o'clock. He closed at 10. I say at 9:30. It's still nighttime. 9 o'clock to 9:30. Let's meet over there, and I'll pick up the bow, and then we get together.
I don't know that that's what he's asking you though.
Yeah, we need to get out. Find out a
You
place.
pick it out. I'm just telling you to meet
to
up
meet?
tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna walk out to the regular road and just
Damn.
walk down.
It's like no.
That's fine. I'm gonna take the alley straight down, like you were describing.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna come out into the street and mingle with the crowd, and just keep heading in one direction because you said there's no walls. So eventually the town's gonna end.
You're gonna keep going down between the houses.
No, I'm gonna make my way into the street and just follow and mix up into the crowd.
Okay. Well, the saloon goes on both. It literally encompasses both sides. There's another saloon on the other side.
Yeah, so the alley you described was going straight down,
Yeah.
staying in the alley. So I'm gonna take that away from the saloon because I don't want to be near the guards.
Okay.
Take that all the way out until it ends on one side, away, like as far away from here as possible.
Yeah, you get to the other side, to the other street. That street is it's more residential. So there's very little foot traffic, very little cart traffic or people on horseback. There's houses on both sides, a couple of lamp lights that are illuminating the streets, some candle lights from windows, not a lot of activity. Maybe you can see some lights from fireplaces here and there. So this is a lazier part of the town where it's I've already said this, but it's more residential, so this it extends on to the length of the other avenues, and then the alley continues to go out, but the darkness extends past your line of sight.
That's fine. We'll continue. We'll just we'll go onto the road into the residential area, and we'll continue going until it ends.
Reminder: Eldar. I know what Eldar's doing, but Tildor.
I'm following him.
Okay.
We out of here.
Just want to make sure.
No, I told you from the beginning. I'm following him. We out of here, and I'm gonna tell him let's go out to the forest.
Yeah. Because if we're gonna get into a scruffle, might as well be
Yeah.
out there.
And I have something that I haven't used that I got on this level. Hopefully it'll work.
Okay.
Damn it. Now I'm ready for the I'm ready for the scrap.
Okay. The Eldar, you come out and left, right, or across the street. But going across the street is going towards where the creature was.
Now, I'm going.
I
to
mean, if
meet
you
up-
go into the alley and onto the next street.
No, I'm walking the main street where everything is lit. I'm going to where Aldar is, where we camp at.
Okay. And Eldar, that would take you to the right to where those guards are.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
just walking by.
All right. When you pass them, they don't. They look at you. They don't necessarily regard you, but there's a lot of activity in the bar. You can see more militia that are carousing, roughhousing. A good 15 more inside. The 4 that are out weren't the ones that you initially saw. They're like coming in and out, having conversations and trying to make a night of it. You can hear as you're walking up this. Are you walking on the street itself or along the porches?
No, on the street, like where everybody normally
Okay.
walks. Not walking on the
All right,
porches.
so
like-
yeah, avoiding horse droppings and all that other shit because it's the road.
Literally.
And you can hear a company of horses before you see them. There's about a half dozen men on horseback as they're rounding a corner and coming towards you.
So I'm gonna go to the farther side,
Yeah.
away from.
A lot of the people split as they come through. The lead, he's armored. He's a mixture of plate and chain. He doesn't have a helmet on, but he has it on his on the side of his horse, on his saddle. And I said half dozen, right?
Yes.
They ride past you. You can see the men, as they ride past you. They get a lot of them. They're snapping out their pipes, and 2 of them run in, and you can hear a commotion as they're starting to file out.
So they got off their horses.
No, the men, the lead rider finally pulls up, and is barking at them. This is, essentially berating them for shirking their duties.
Right.
And then they all come out.
They're in that yellow, or they're in.
There's at least 3 that come out of the 15. There's a
With the-
total of approximately 22. There are 4 that have the yellow tabards as they come out. They're not as anxious as the rest of the guardsmen, but this one clearly is in a position of command.
Okay. I'm not moving fast. I'm walking leisurely.
Get him! No.
Is-
Then he's get back to your duties now. And they all start spreading. They get back into their clusters and then they start spreading out.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep on walking towards where Aldar is at.
Okay.
22.
Another rider comes up behind as he rides past. He's wearing the yellow tabard, but this one is a lot more gruff, older, grayish hair, and he's like, his demeanor is one where he seems to be arrogant and in command. He says, "Is this how you people do your business?" It's like, "We have fugitives here. Find them."
We gotta go back. No, we gotta go back.
You don't know this.
Dildo, we gotta
You playing off the
go.
words.
He's running away. He's like, "I feel like we need to go back. My rage is building."
That's Jared, right?
Yes.
See, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I think these people took over, man. Because Jared, all of a sudden, first he was running like a little bitch, and now he's coming out barking orders after he has like 50 million men behind him.
Yeah, well, that's how that works. I've seen this.
Anyway, we out of here. It's too many of them. We need to get we need to get a bigger group, you know, so that we can fight them.
Oh, a lot of poison.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Now, what was I gonna say? What are you doing, if anything? You're just observing, Eldar, or are you just moving away and observing?
I'm moving away and observing.
Okay.
I don't want no attention brought to me. I don't want to be looked. You know how there's always that thing where you look and it just makes people know that they're being looked at?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm walking.
Well, like
and
I
that-
said, he's barking the orders. He's looking around. He does look at you, but there's no recognition. So, but you do see there's he has an air of command about him, but he's very unlikable. And the garrison soldiers are not, well, at least the commander, he is not happy to be taking orders from him.
See what I
He's like,
mean?
of course, my
See?
lord. We'll double our efforts. You heard the man. Get out there. Find them.
I'm just gonna go about my business.
And that elf. Kill him.
I'm just gonna jump in the alley, change myself into a barrel.
He's in a barrel.
I think it's
I could do it.
Heavy barrel. Okay.
a barrel. You sure?
Yes, 100%, brother.
All right, shit.
You'll be walking by me and not even see the dagger come to your throat.
Ah.
Ah, man, this guy in violence. This guy, everything is violence with him.
Okay.
That's what he's always doing. He said he want to eat us. So
But who wants to eat you? Oh, you're talking about
yeah,
narcissist.
he's always talking about eating people.
Bro, he's last time I heard, he said changing tastes like chicken.
Anyway, okay. Now, you guys, you finally make it to the woods. The town's, the sound of the town itself fades into the sound of the woods, and your intent was to go back to Aldor, yes?
His?
Oh.
Yeah.
No. You two.
No, he's talking about me and you. No, we just gonna chill to let everything calm down.
We came out here, and for the possibility of being followed by that dredge.
Gotcha.
That way we can freaking duke it out here without endangering any extras or if we're calling help.
All right. The
So we'll come. So right now, my intention is to come out here for a little bit.
mhm.
Wait a little while. If we don't run into anything or anything comes running out to us, we're gonna make our way back into the town again towards the church, so we can go into the church, to the rectory, more specific.
The hold on a second.
Yo, Steve, how much is 60 feet?
That's 60 feet.
Yeah, say from no. I'm just asking Lewis from where you at now. How
Okay,
far
so
would be 60 feet?
say from one corner, halfway down a block.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my divine sense. I could detect good, evil, to one turn. Wait a second, let me see how that's an action. Detect good and evil until the end. Let's turn sense anything. Okay, so I could basically detect fiends, undead, magic, all that other stuff, and I know the location
All right, hold on a second.
within 60 feet.
Let me look at something here. What was it again? Divine sense. Okay.
Divine sense, yeah, it's one of my natural abilities as a paladin.
All right. Make sure you tick it off.
Yeah, I got two to go.
All right. So you open yourself up to your ability. You don't necessarily feel anything except for Steve's rage, and you guys hear over the din.
Where is it? Oh, overhead. Look up.
Like, it's getting closer. Like, and you feel the breeze. It flies right over you. You don't see it, but you heard it.
See, I'm telling you, that has to be that. So, Lewis, if it's flying over me, would I be able to detect it with my divine sense?
No.
So, do we see what it is when it flies over us?
Nope.
Even with the moon the way it is.
It's only a crescent, so it's not really. It's not lighting up the sky that much.
All right. What do I have?
I don't have anything to see it.
By the growling mate, can I try and make a roll to figure out what it might be?
It's going to be very it'll be very difficult. So, make a roll. Make an Arcana roll.
Okay. I got the 14, which is not high enough.
No.
Can I try Lewis spot? Just
You can,
for the luck
yeah.
of it? Wait, hold on, because I was looking at my character sheet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take 20.
Okay, once again,
Here we go.
white is
Roll
the color.
towards the top of the
Chill, hold on.
beholder head. Roll right around the eyes and the mouth.
No, I missed it. It's
And
a
a
3.
3. Okay.
It's a 3. See it?
So
3.
again, just the sound alone, that low roar.
Can I roll?
You're not with them
I'm gonna tell Narcissus. I think this thing could be a dragon.
because I know what you were trying to do, motherfucker.
You heard Narcissus? I look back at myself. I think that thing could be a dragon.
This dude said, "Can I
But
roll?"
then why is it not attacking the town? You heard Narcissus?
The dragons aren't monsters. They have an intelligence. There's a reason for it. If it's in the area, there's a reason for it. And depending on what type of dragon it is, maybe we can negotiate with it.
Well, this is another thing too. Whatever area the dragon infests, it starts changing the area because of if it's an evil being. So the area starts resembling the dragon.
So you know what? Then we're fucked because there's nothing but ice out here.
Oh man. Oof. This don't look good at all. It don't look good at all.
There's a lot of cold out here, dude. So if that's the case,
we can't fight a dragon.
I think we need to avoid that
Yeah,
situation.
definitely. I agree with you 100%.
We got our hands full already. We don't need that fucking problem.
So now I want to ask you something. It could be possible that that creature that's flying in front of us is a dragon. It could be like I have divine sense thanks to the mother. It's possible that the dragon could be picking up the dretches too. You think that's possible?
I think a dragon knows what's in his territory. So, maybe.
Okay, so let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go the opposite way, not that way.
Well, that's not. That's. I came out here to see if we're gonna get if we were gonna run into
Aside
any-
from that noise, aside from that terrifying sound, no other activity. Just the simple sounds of the woods.
Now,
Minus the crickets because it is still the endings of winter.
Narcissus, I want to ask you a question. Is there any possible way that these demons? I mean, Lewis, would I know this as a celestial person? That would these demons have any form of intelligence like that, or they're just wild beasts? Like, in other words, do they have the intelligence to look at you and just chill, not attack you, or are they normally wild creatures?
There are commonalities in many forms of study. This is how I look at magic in this game. There's commonalities, and then there's differences depending on where your school of training is. So, say for instance, a wizard would be more studious. A wizard, a sorcerer, they would be into more of the studies. You specifically are more religious. It's more theology, because your abilities come from your God and your angel benefactor. So it's not going to be the same. They'll have commonalities in that you understand what it is, but behaviors, patterns, those are things that you can discover or confirm based on what you've read.
So I asked Narcissus, is this normal?
If that makes sense to everybody.
Yeah, no, I get what you say. So I asked Narcissus, is this normal for a Dredge to just stare at you and not attack? Because every time we've ever seen them, they've been on top of us. This is the first time that they actually look at us and not attack us.
Well, demons come in a hierarchy. The Dredge is the lowest, and they do evolve eventually to other things. So maybe he just summoned a more powerful Dredge that's in the cusp of evolving into an actual lesser demon than the pathetic shit that it is now.
Hey, who's pathetic?
Oh, he comes out. That's not funny.
That
man.
was very mean.
I mean, the Dredge are the lowest form of demon. And they do, I mean, there is a caste system amongst them.
So, I guess let's try to go back into town, or you think we should just stay out here and then eventually go back into town? Cause
Well, I would like to give it, not that we just saw that thing fly over, heard that thing fly over. I want to give it a moment to make sure that we weren't followed out.
okay.
And I want to make my way back. Then I want to make my way back to the rectory so we can continue with our plans.
Okay. How much time are you going to give it?
Let's
But
give
I
it
would
some
like-
time.
How much time you think you should give it?
I would say maybe an hour, 2 hours, and then go back.
Oh,
You're waiting in the elements in that time.
yeah, that's pretty cool, son. I mean, I'd give it like
An hour at least. An hour at least. Because we
You
gotta
do-
make sure.
It's
Can we give it
midnight,
30?
winter, there's snow on the ground.
Well, I mean,
Temperatures
I'm covered.
are getting.
I'm a fucking snake. I
Okay,
wanna
so
go back.
so you could cut him
So
off.
he's like,
for me, Poppy. You
seriously.
heard it.
I was
Yo.
only planning to give him maybe 20 minutes tops. If it
We
didn't
could-
come
we
out
could-
after.
Plus, he's not
But,
wearing any of his gear.
No, we could share body. I say you could turn into
Here we
snake
go
and
with
wrap
that.
yourself around me.
I'm not.
I mean,
talking-
if I have to, I will. I'm not opposed to doing
No,
it.
I'm not joking around. Like I'm being for real with him. You
No,
can
I'm
wrap
being,
yourself
and I'm being
around
pretty
me.
much you. If it has to come to that, I will. But I don't
Yeah,
think-
but the problem is, I don't necessarily think that we should just walk in after we just came out. Remember, every time we go in there, there's a chance that we could get spotted. And then once you get spotted, you're not fighting 15 people.
we just gotta be cautious.
And another thing, that Dredge also saw us. We don't know if the Dredge has any form of communication with the summoner that's controlling him. So
Oh no, he definitely had the form of communication. With
So
the
that
summoner.
means now the summoner knows that we also in town. So I would assume that that's going to heighten up the patrols. If the Dredge is communicating with whoever summoned.
definitely communicating.
Okay, so you got to assume that now there's going to be more people out there because he said, "Hey, I saw them, and they're in the town."
So maybe you should disguise yourself a little better.
You are
Okay.
in chainmail.
I'm pretty much this guy, bro. I can't get any more bummier than this. And if this is the way he has to rectify it soon, I'm just gonna fucking just tell him where the fuck I'm at. 'Cause I can't keep wearing these clothes.
Yeah, I look at him. I say, "I understand. They do look a little scratchy." I pat his shoulder off.
So you're gonna have to hide yourself a little better.
Okay, so you know what I could do? I mean, Lewis, how long can I stay out here without suffering?
Exposure.
Exposure?
Yeah,
With what you're wearing and the fact that it's
And I
not
do
necessarily
have-
not necessarily winterized, but I don't know.
You do have to keep in mind, bro. We got dumped out here. We didn't come prepared for weather.
Yeah, about an hour before you.
Okay.
You I mean,
Okay, so-
you're already feeling fingertips and toes.
Okay, so
starting
you know
to
what?
starting to numb up.
I guess let's stay out 30 minutes. Then after 30 minutes, then we can start heading in. How does that sound?
Fine, because we already spent 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Eldar, you get back to Aldor, and you can see he's pacing around that fire. He's like, "Good Lord, boy, what took you?"
So I go through the explanation of what happened, and I tell them the creatures found them.
What do you mean? So, are they dead?
No. It was on the other side of the road in an alley. And it was standing there looking at us.
It was watching you.
Patient.
Does that-
That's what's so curious.
So-
It babbles.
so Essex. He's like, do you think it saw you come out of his home, out of his shop?
I wouldn't know. But once I got in, we were standing in the shadows for, I would say, a good 5 to 10 minutes talking. Because I explained to them what was going on and what did I saw, and I made sure that Essex didn't know anything.
Well, let's hope to God. Let's hope to the gods that he is safe. So I'd hate for anything to happen to him. He's innocent in all this. Point in fact, so are we. Now we have demons and lords and
Also,
And bears, oh my.
I noticed
lycanthropes.
some other people who came into town.
What do you mean?
People that are not from the garrison. This one individual-
Soldiers, mercenaries.
You know the ones that Narcissus was talking about, the one with the yellow.
Yes, he
Lamar.
mentioned. What was the name? Garrett.
I believe I got to see him.
You did. So he's in town.
Yes. They are, how would you say? They're strongly looking for these two. I counted 22 soldiers at one spot.
My God, that's an entire company.
I would like to say that I called that one guy for every 4. Thank you. Anyway,
Black lightning bolt.
I call. So this is just becoming more and more dire by the moment. They seem like their motives seem noble, but we are not fighters. We are not revolutionaries. I'm too old for this.
And about all that money I was talking about earlier.
So
It's like, what use? He's like, what use is gold if you're too dead to spend it?
you're right.
that's why I throw it everywhere.
It makes it rain.
Because eventually one of these fuckers is gonna get me killed.
It's like, what do you want to do, my boy? This is your adventure.
Ooh.
Far be it from me to stand in your way.
I don't need the troubles coming to you.
Don't worry about me. I've had my fair share. It's like the fact that I've reached this age shows that I've lived a very full or boring life. But I assure you it was not boring. Whatever you wish, I will do.
I want you to go about and do what you normally do.
Business
I-
will go on. But I want to ensure that you are prepared for a life without me, should the worst happen.
What's going to happen
And
now?
I have to do the dip on your ass.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to ask him, I need certain items. Do you think you have these items at hand?
So you know better than you know as much as I. What are we talking about?
I need 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs, and a brass brazier.
Yeah, we have that stuff.
So he
I
says,
think we
I
have
have
that.
I have all but the brazier. That you'd have to get in. You'd have to find that in town.
Okay. I'm gonna need those things. I'm gonna need a little bit of a helping hand.
So what are you Are you preparing to conjure something? Are you a summoner? No.
No. I'm gonna tell him yes. I'm gonna need a friend in the sky to be able to see things. He knows I'm a wizard, so
Right. Yeah.
I'm saying, are you prepared?
And-
Are you trying to conjure something? So don't you think that? He said, don't you think that would bring an unnecessary attention to you?
no, because it's a normal animal. It's
I know.
basically a familiar.
My mother said that.
Okay.
I knew it.
That sounds okay, very good. But I have. It's so he gets up and he's walks towards walks into the carriage and fumbles through some stuff and he has two sacks with both those reagents.
Thank you.
It's like I have these, but that's pretty much all our larder. I can restock, but I don't have a brazier, unfortunately.
I'll get one. What I am gonna do is I'll come at night to check up with you and let you know what's going on. But from now on, Eldar's not gonna be Eldar no more. So I'm just gonna like lean my head down and then pick my head up, and it's gonna be an old man.
You're a witch. No.
No, he knows what
Black
I am.
lightning. No.
I thought he was going to turn into David Hasselhoff.
We rode the Hasselhoff.
Yo, you see, like I come up and I got a novel space with a goatee.
And all of a sudden, all woodland creatures attack you. Okay.
That burro.
That trick never ceases to amaze me.
So I'm gonna go about and do my thing and investigate and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be back. I'll check up on you while you're in town and at nighttime.
So be careful, be careful, son.
Thank you. Be safe.
With that, he's takes some snow and throws it up on the fire and puts it out, and goes into the cab, into the back, the caboose of his shop, now of his rolling shop. Now you're making your way back into town. You guys circled around, avoiding most of the militia, and by avoiding I mean even the you're able to juke and jive through a couple of alleys, through the streets. You don't find any dresches. You don't smell them specifically.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for that.
Yeah, and you get to the church rectory.
So no,
Entering, assuming you're entering,
Yeah.
make an active perception check, please.
I already hate you. I got a 6. There you go. There it is.
Very good.
So my base is a 13.
Very good.
So my perception is 13, not 6. Because my base is 13.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Okay.
Look, he made it. He did it. He made it.
17, and then what's perception? Wisdom, so that's +2 if it is.
So 19. Okay. As you're walking towards the rectory, Tildor, you can see there's someone watching you about 2 streets over.
Can I see who it
You can
is?
see his silhouette, but he's in the shadows. I say he as a descriptor, but you don't know if it's a he or she. You see someone that's standing in that shadow.
So I'm gonna tell Narcissus. There's somebody looking at us, and I'll give him the cord, you know,
Yeah, I get you.
the distance. So cord.
So-
whatever.
We're gonna walk past the rectory.
Mm-hmm.
We'll walk past the rectory, and then we'll cut a corner. And
Assuming you guys are hoods up, cloaked,
Yep.
and all that other stuff. So
absolutely.
I'm saying it so that it's better for me to understand it because neither
but you
one of
already know we're doing that.
neither
You
one
know
of you
how-
guys said it.
You know how paranoid we are, bro.
Nah,
That's
nah,
already
nah, nah,
instantly.
nah.
Come on, man. We've been playing your monsters for too long, so you know that's already given.
I was
now-
just like,
Here, another spanky.
So I'm gonna tell Narcissus, listen, bro, we need to get out of this area because somehow or another they know where we at. So if we go in here, they're gonna find out that we're in here. We might bring the church a bunch of trouble.
Right, and I agree with you. We need to know who that person is over there in Macam.
And the problem is we can't bum rush them because if he decides to scream, he's gonna call every person in this town.
So, like I said, I cut the corner, right? So, and I look back around. I trying to hide, see if I can observe the person observing.
okay, so walk me through that again. You walk past the rectory, so that
Right,
means
rectory.
you're out of line of sight of where this person was. Or
You're
is,
right.
excuse me. So, what
Looking
from that
around.
point?
Luke,
From
can
that-
I ask you something? Hold
Hold
on.
on, one at a time. So let's
Okay,
start.
go,
I'm going to go with
go.
Narcissus. The
Go,
grounds of the church. It's a towny church. So it's not a cathedral. And by rectory, it's a small. It's a guest house type structure.
Right.
It's connected by one built hallway that goes into the church itself, but in itself it's like a single family home.
So
Okay.
what I want to, so from where I am, what I want to do is I want to circumvent the structures
Hmm.
in the area so that I can try and get an angle at where the guy was.
So you're gonna go around. You're gonna go down and around
Yeah.
to essentially the other side of the church, so that you have a better line of sight.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. That's
Tildor.
exactly what I want to do.
Are you following? Or are you
Just
doing
one
something
question.
different?
Is he within my 60 feet?
Who?
The individual that's watching.
No,
us?
not from your distance. No.
Okay, yeah. So I'll follow Narcissus.
All right. You get once you get to the other side of the church, it doesn't bring you that much closer that your dark vision works to see
Right.
him. But when you get out from behind the structure to where the silhouetted figure was, that figure is no longer there.
So I'm looking around, see if I can spot him, see if I can spot anywhere else.
Okay. Without actually having to roll a perception, you can see from the oil lamp that's outside from the street a shadow moving not towards you, but angled towards the front of the church. So away from you to your right.
All right, I'm gonna watch them.
Okay. The shadow goes out of sight, so that there's no more movement. So you would have to walk towards the front of the church to get a line of sight to your right.
So I will angle myself so I can do that.
All right.
Trying to keep hidden.
Make a stealth check, please.
I will make a stealth check.
Same thing with you, Tildor. But you have a disadvantage because you're in chain.
I am going to use guidance on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use stealth check because I suck. And with that natural 20,
Nice.
like I said, I need to make
So
that.
21 with a
Hey,
natural.
Lewis, I'm
with a
gonna
nat
use
20.
bless.
You gonna bless yourself?
Yes.
Mama
Hold on.
Jama, please don't make this
So the bless gives you a
roll
1d4
fail.
if I'm correct. I think the bless gives you a 1d4 added on to the roll.
Okay. It's still at a disadvantage, but you have a +2 on whatever roll you make. You have to switch your camera.
So obviously the one I'm going by white.
Doesn't matter at this point.
Oh, you know what I could do? Can I just stay back here while he goes around?
It's too late now. You have to make a roll. You should have declared that before you cast the bless.
You don't got that set up so you can push spacebar?
I've been doing it
Figure
with
it
the
out.
mouse. I'll figure it out. Oh man, look at I rolled a 20.
Yeah,
with
but it's
but it's disadvantage, so it's
yeah.
a 9 plus 2.
Yep.
So that's 9, 10, 11.
Do you have a stealth bonus? Do you have a dex bonus? To your stealth?
No, I don't. No,
All right.
I don't. No.
Okay. So while you, Narcissus, are like, dun 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 dun. Oh, here, shh, shh, shh. Behind you, like
Hey, this is the first
like a
roll I
jangling
failed.
Christmas tree, like Santa Claus's sleigh. Shh, shh, shh. It's like, fuck, you fucking stupid ass.
Hey, this is the first roll I failed, so
Okay.
thank God.
Yeah, it is.
You get to the line of sight. There's someone on the other side of the steps into the church, looking into the windows. He's cloaked, so you can't see his face. It's a rather large, and you can see he has a long sword, or he has a sword on his right hip as he's
What
looking
color?
in.
What colors are they wearing?
The cloak itself is actually you can't see the colors. It's because of the amber light from the thing. There are no. It's just varying shades of brown and orange.
I made the stealth roll.
But he didn't. So, with that, once you get to a certain spot, he turns hearing Tildor's and immediately takes out his sword. Shing!
Can I sneak up behind him?
No, because he's Tildor's behind you.
Right behind me.
Who takes out his sword?
The cloaked figure takes out his sword. You still can't make out his face too much, but you can see he's bearded, and he adopts a fighting stance. It's like, who goes there? It's like, show yourself.
I told him, shh, we come in.
It's like, show yourself, you,
heard?
that guy
You heard
over
him?
there, the guy making all the noise, him, everybody, him. No,
Yo,
I'm
you,
saying
you heard Lou? So I go, shh, we come in peace. I said, we don't mean any harm to anybody.
I'm gonna try and stay out of sight still, even though
Okay.
he's behind me.
It's
the one-
like he just bumps into you. Hey,
He's-
what are you doing there? Why are you sneaking? He sees us. Get up.
So I'm going to be like, hey, Narcissus, we come in peace. So I told that guy, I'm like, we come in, I raised my hands and said, we come in peace. There's no, we're not trying to rob you or anything like that.
So he moves parallel.
Yeah.
away
So
from
I don't
the
take out my
building.
weapons. I raise my hands up, and I'm gonna be like, can you keep it down if you don't mind? It is late. We don't want to wake anybody up.
So he says, I search for a celestial born. That goes by the name of Tildor. He travels with one called Narcissus.
Never heard of them.
Voice is familiar to you, Narcissus.
I look at him closely. Is it the magistrate?
It is the captain. You're mixing up magistrate with the captain of the garrison. So the
Right.
magistrate is the one from town. The captain of the sergeant of the garrison. That's who we're talking about. So
That's
yes.
Sir. What's his face? Wait, I got his name right here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the guy that we're looking for, man.
Yeah, that's the guy
guy.
I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Wait. His name is right here. Oh, wait.
Well, I don't know who he is, so I'm be like, listen, I never heard of these guys.
Where is it? Oh, it's on the bottom. Hold on. I have it here. Sir Zelnor. That's Sergeant Zelnor?
Yep.
I never seen him, so I'll be like, I don't know who you are. I've never seen him.
So I make myself known.
Okay, so you sneaking. No, throws this. Oh yeah. Okay. And with
Hey, yo,
that,
right there, I take out the fork and the knife.
as he's hitting the ground, you just cut off a leg, start chewing on it.
Look at D, look at D.
With that, you
So-
can hear the door from the front of the church open, and the priest comes out. He's like, "Hold, friends, hold. We are all friends here, please." Sergeant,
be like-
he's like, "Lower your weapon." He's like,
put away the-
Master
I put away the
Narcissus,
dagger.
Master Tildor, please.
No, I didn't have any weapons up. Remember, I had my hands up. I was
He
telling
doesn't
him.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
He sees
no,
one
I got
weapon,
my-
assumes everybody has a weapon out.
No, I'm gonna tell him. Listen, I suggest we go inside.
It's like, please, we're making too much of a scene here. Please.
Thank you. I
everyone,
agree. I'll walk inside.
Everyone, come inside quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sure.
agree. I'll turn around. I'll go inside.
All right.
Yo, sure, everybody.
Especially with the.
Yeah. With the passive, he heard your ass.
Yeah, but if I would have anyway, but I had a disadvantage.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
would've-
you're good. We're inside.
All right. Once you get inside, he's like, I'm terribly sorry. I was able to get a message to Master Zelnor explaining the situation, and he came himself.
Dude, I look at the Tiefling, and all I want to do is kiss him.
He's like, please.
So Lou,
He's like, I've had enough of Tildor's gay advances. No.
Lou. So what I do is I raise my chain and I show her my nipple. I'm like later on. Nah, so Lou, I extend my hand out.
So
Like, thank you.
he takes off his hooded. He's like, it's interesting. It's like you're no longer a serpent. And with that, we're gonna end today's game. And
This guy's a piece of shit. I swear. He really is, man.
and we will pick this up in the next adventure. So, for Tildor Greenheart, Narcissus, and Eldar Torin, we wish you a fond farewell.